napalm on your napalm on your Nike thigh. Seashell on the healer blast, now I stay alive. Bad timing with the pride. Too fly by the Commodore.
Hey guys, how you doing? Happy blessed Saturday. I hope everybody is doing well. So I am back with another food haul for this week for our living right, doing right, and everything right. Everything here is keto friendly. Majority of the stuff here, all this stuff actually is going to be for our meal prep for this particular week. So guys, if you are new to my channel, my name is Abia. A lot of my videos are catered towards the keto lifestyle. However, I do incorporate other type of content, vlogs, pretty much what I am doing and so forth. But this particular video is going to be a shop, at Aldi, and as well tomorrow I'll be coming back to show you guys my meal prep for this week for work. So let me go ahead and show you what I picked up from Aldi. Alright guys, this is what I picked up from Aldi. This week's food haul is actually a very small food haul. It's not a lot of items that I needed to pick up, or not a lot of items I needed to pick up. So I could go through everything. I have here some cucumbers here. I was going to get the regular cucumbers, but what they had in stock was not looking too good, so I picked these up instead. Typically, I don't get these type of cucumbers. They look a little different than our common cucumber, but we have that here. This is going to go for a snack for this week. I have some ground beef here, and you know me, I always turn stuff in the wrong direction. So we got some ground beef here. This is going to be for a meal prep. I'm going to be making some lasagna actually this week, some cheese lasagna this week for our meal prep. So our next item that we have here is some turkey sausage. I have here some beef sausage, also going to be for meal prep this week. I picked up this sauce here. So this is a spinach parmesan sauce. I'm going to actually have this as a dip for the cucumbers. I was going to make my own sauce. It's going to be a little bit hectic for me and everything. So therefore I decided I just wanted to make it easy for myself and pick up this sauce. So as you guys can see here, for 2 tablespoons, it gives you 2 net carbs, so we should be good to go on this. I really honestly don't see myself having too much of this in a bowl, but we'll see how it goes. The next item that I picked up was some ricotta cheese. That's going to be going for our lasagna. Then we have here, guys, so now this one is new for me, and we're going to try it out this week and see how I feel about it. I have some egg white wraps, and these particular egg white wraps, as you can see, there is no net carbs in it. I'm actually going to be using this stuff, the sausage, and just some onions and a couple of other ingredients. I want to see how these taste. Now, if you know me, guys, I do not like eggs. I can eat eggs in like waffles or like French toast or macaroni, but I don't particularly like eggs on its own. So I wanted to try it out just to see how I'll do this week, to see if maybe I can add it to my, lifestyle, living a keto lifestyle. So the next item that I got is back here, some Parmesan cheese. We got that for meal prep this week. Tomato paste, cream cheese. I have some just regular sharp cheddar cheese. This is going to go for just having inside the house, something to snack on. I bought the cold brew coffee. I'd seen another person who, I think her videos are on YouTube. I know her videos are on YouTube. She was talking about this cold brew coffee. So I said, I wanted to try this out. This is bold, is smooth. As you can see here, guys, it is 3 carbs or 3 net carbs. So pick that up. Then I also picked up a 0 French vanilla sugar. I know that it says artificially and naturally flavored. I honestly just didn't really want to go to the store and pick up anything else. I was being a little bit lazy. But as you guys can see here, is that it is 1 carb for 1 tablespoon, which is kind of a lot, but we're not going to really have this very often. This is just going to be like when I want the taste for coffee, which is typically when I go to work. I'll just have like my coffee, and I'll throw in like a little bit of Splenda and then maybe a little bit of half and half, and I'll be pretty much good to go. I just bought this so I can have some cold brew coffee in the house and I could stop buying coffee outside at Wawa. So yeah. So the next item that I have here is some almonds. This is wasabi soy flavored almonds. Now these are supposed to be spicy, so we're gonna see how these taste. I was like, let me pick them up and everything and see what I think about it. And then our last item here is some mozzarella cheese. This is going to be for our meal prepping of our lasagna. So guys, that is my Aldi haul. I believe the Aldi haul was probably about 40-50 bucks. I want to be honest with you guys, which we did pretty much stay within our budget, so that's an excellent thing. I'll be back tomorrow and we will start our meal prepping for the work week tomorrow. All right guys, talk to you soon. Hey guys, how you doing? Happy blessed Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well and having a blessed day. So guys, we are back with another meal plan order. I actually recorded yesterday. Totally forgot because I did my shopping haul yesterday. But we are back with our meal plan and what we're going to be pretty much making for this week for work. 5 days worth of meals. I'm also going to be meal planning for Bae, but he's only going to be having the lunch aspect of the meal planning. So I got everything chopped up and ready to go. Like I said, guys, I want to try to make this as easy peasy as possible and not have to be cutting up and doing everything while I'm trying to cook. There are a couple of things that I do need to cut up, but we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I got going on. So guys, this is a breakfast here. I told you guys yesterday we're gonna be trying eggs. This is an egg wrap here. I'm going to be toasting this up with some cheese. We're gonna put some sausage on it, onions. These are some scallions here as well too, and then I have like some peppers back here. So these are some peppers from the other day, probably not even the other day, about I want to say a week ago or so. So we're going to be using that up. Then I have here my cucumber and my Greek yogurt sauce. This is the spinach and parmesan that I showed you guys yesterday. This is going to be for our snack this week. I want to try to make everything nice and easy for this particular week. The next item that I have here, the next category that we have here, and please don't mind the phone in the back is charging right now, is our lunch. So for our lunch, we are going to be doing a keto lasagna. So I have everything prepped out here. If you guys want to get the ingredients, these are primarily all the ingredients, but if you guys want to check out this recipe, you could go to my Pinterest board. It should be underneath Keto Recipes Easy, and you could just type in lasagna, and then it should be in there for a keto lasagna. Now, there is going to be 2 recipes, I think, that says lasagna. I think one of them was for like an eggplant recipe, but it's not that one, it's the other recipe. So I've only made this particular lasagna one other time, so this is going to be the second time that I am making it. So guys, what I'm going to do is get started with actually doing the lunch aspect first, so that I could get that underneath or underway, because that is pretty much going to take the longest, because I got to cook the ground beef and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da and melt and all the rest of that stuff. So what I'm going to do is pop you guys onto the tripod so that I could go ahead and get started. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road right now. Let's see what time it is. I think it's 11 o'clock. It is 11:03. It's 11:03 right now, so let's see how long this meal prep is going to take me. Alright guys, so the first thing I am going to do is get the ingredients together to make our noodles for our lasagna. So in here, what I have is about, I want to say, a cup and a half, no, actually like 2 cups, like 2.5 cups of cheese. The recipe calls for mozzarella cheese. I use a little bit of mozzarella cheese and a little bit of triple cheddar cheese. You could pretty much do what you want to do. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to be adding the cream cheese to the mozzarella cheese here. And then we're going to be putting it in the microwave for a couple of minutes to get it nice and melted. And we're going to start putting everything onto the pan. So the recipe calls for the whole block of cream cheese. I am going to be putting this whole block of cream cheese. The cream cheese is your regular 8 ounces. You can see that there on the side. It's like I mentioned to you guys before, I just wanted to find things that's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the prepping part is a little bit annoying, trying to get all the ingredients together. But you know how they say you have like those one pot meals? I just really wanted this to be a one pot meal for this week. I really am not wanting to cook. So now I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the microwave. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with 1 minute. So guys, I'm going to start off with 1 minute and then see what it looks like after 1 minute. Alright guys, so as you can see here, it really didn't do much. So I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 3 more minutes. So while that is going, I forgot to mention that I'm also going to be making some peas for my meal prep for this week. I was going to pick up broccoli, but honestly, I was just like, I'm going to just use what I have in the house. So I'm just dumping my peas inside of here. I'm going to season it like I normally do. I always put 20 Zatarans inside of anything I primarily cook, especially vegetables, because I find that it gives it a nice flavor. And then also I'm gonna go in with a little bit of butter as well. Alright guys, so this is what our mixture is looking like. So pretty much what I'm doing is just stir everything up and incorporate it together. And then I'm going to add my eggs, and let's hope that we do not get any shell into the eggs or into the mixture. Now you can also season this as well too. I'm not going to season this. I don't think, last time I made this, I don't think I did either. Now, I'm just really trying to lump this all together and also get this eggs incorporated. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble. And guys, you know me, I use my hands when I cook. I just want to make sure that this incorporates well. Alright guys, so this is the pan that I'm going to be using. Let me go ahead and put the camera back so you guys can see a little bit better. Angle that. So I'm putting in some butter spray down. Just simple, you know me, great value butter spray. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I always like to put down stuff when I'm making anything cheese. So now I am going to dump this here and get all this goodness out. I'm pretty much just kind of like molding out I should have used a smaller pan, but it's kind of too late to switch this around, so we're just gonna make do with how we have it here. So I'm just using the spoon to pretty much push everything around, because I do want this to look like noodles, to be honest with you. I mean, everything is gonna pretty much melt together. Alright guys, so this is what we're looking like right now. And as you can see, I'm just trying to kind of push everything in the corner. And this is what it is. This is what our pan is looking like right now. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven. I already had preset my oven to 350, so you want to make sure you preset your oven to 350. We're going to pop this inside the oven and then go ahead and get our ground beef and the rest of the mixture started. Alright guys, so we're going to start the process of making the filling for our lasagna. So I'm going to go in with some olive oil here. And you know me guys, I'm following the recipe a little bit, and a little bit I'm not following the recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and allow this to heat up for a second, and then we're going to add in our onions. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my onions. The pan is not all the way heat up, but it'll heat up. And the recipe calls for season this with salt and pepper. You know we like seasoning over here, so I am going to be seasoning this with Tony's Ranch again. Now you don't have to if you don't want to, but I just found like the Tony's Ranch, it has all the flavors in there that I particularly like. Alright guys, so our onion is cooking. So now I'm going to go in and add in some garlic. And I like a reasonable amount of garlic in my food, so there we go. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and add in our ground beef. Alright guys, so I'm going to pretty much just mush this all around, break it apart. It's already smelling really good with the onions and the garlic. It's smelling really, really, really good. So I just checked on our cheese for our noodles or our pasta noodles, however you want to call it. And they're doing good in the oven. So I'm going to just keep an eye on that to make sure they don't burn or anything like that. So now this recipe says it wants it to strain out the liquid that the food or the meat creates. I don't think I'm going to be doing that because I feel like that gets rid of a lot of the flavor. You guys, you already know, I really don't like throwing out the juices and everything that my food makes because I feel like it just doesn't help. Like, the point is to have that, a little bit of that liquid at least to, you know, have your food have that extra oomph to it. Alright. So now I'm going to go in with Tony. And just move that around a little bit more. I'm going to cover this and allow this to cook. The recipe says it wants it to cook until it's no longer pink. Ideally, that's where you want it to be. Sometimes I'll cook my ground beef a little bit longer than that. You know, we don't want to eat raw ground beef. So, just to let you know. I like my steak a little bit medium, but not my ground beef. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this. Alright guys, so I just took the cheese out of the oven. So this is what it is looking like right now. I'm allowing for this to cool down, and then I'm going to start cutting squares or rectangles so that we can put everything in our pan. This is the pan that I am going to be using. It's a deep dish pan. This is what we're going to be using to put our lasagna inside. In the meantime, while this is cooling down, what I am going to do is start cutting up my cucumbers for my snack and getting that done. Alright guys, so I'm going to try this little hack. I thought this was kind of cute where you can peel your cucumber. Let's see if this thing actually works. And then it'll have like a cute little design on it. I don't even think my little whatchamacallit here works. Let me see. Nope. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have to use a knife. So pretty much you peel it off. Well, no, that's not even working, guys. Oh gosh, I look so crazy right now. Let me see if I could get this to flip around. All right, there we go, guys. So let's see if this works. We're gonna change it to the other side. So you basically peel off a layer of the cucumber like every so often, and it's supposed to make your cucumber look like kind of fancy. I saw it on Pinterest. So I'm gonna do this side since I already jacked it up with the knife. Now I feel like this is kind of doing the most, but you know, sometimes the little extra little dainty things for your food, it's welcoming. So I did that side. I was trying to do like all 4 sides, I guess you could say. Alright guys, so that's what we're looking like. And then let me get my big knife, because this knife is too small. I don't normally eat the ends of cucumbers, so you just cut them like this, and this is supposed to make them look fancy. Let me see. Oh, it actually looks nice. Yeah. So give your cucumbers a little extra style. Sauce that we're going to be using to dip the cucumbers in. Alright guys, so this is what we're looking like for our ground beef here. As you can see, I got it a little bit dark because we want to make sure it is cooked before we add it to our lasagna dish. So I'm just going in and breaking it apart. So as you can see, it really didn't leave behind much liquid, only because I did cook it, make sure it was cooked thoroughly. So the liquid that it did create evaporated. Alright, so now that that is done, we're going to go ahead and add in our tomato paste. And now we're going to add in our sauce. I'm just using good old regular Prego sauce. This has in here, just so that you guys know, about 9 carbs per half a cup. We're not putting that much, because we don't want the sauce, the lasagna to be watery. Alright, I'm going to put a tad more. I'm just making sure everything is thoroughly covered. Alright, so now I'm going to add in my oregano. And then we're going to add in red pepper flakes. Go ahead and incorporate that together. And then the last thing that I'm going to add in here is some Parmesan cheese. Add the Parmesan. Now, it calls for grated Parmesan cheese, like the one, I guess that's in the other container. But I didn't have that. They didn't have it at Aldi, so we're just using good old regular Parmesan cheese. That's not pre-packaged or grated. So I'm just mixing everything up. The key with this one, this recipe, obviously, you just want to make sure everything is well incorporated, so all the flavors get all over the meat. Pretty much any recipe you cook, you want to make sure it's well incorporated. So I'm about to taste it and see what it tastes like. Make sure there's nothing else that I need to add to this. So let's see what it tastes like. That's good. Once it blends in with the ricotta and the cheese, this is going to be really good. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And then we're going to go ahead and shred up, or not shred up, cut up the cheese here for our noodles. And then we're going to start layering. Alright guys, so this is what our noodle is looking like. So what I am going to do is, I think I'm going to do down, down, and then over. That's just a piece of cheese. Let me see. Because I want these, I think I'm going to do 3 layers. So if I do here, here, then here, that'll be, no, I'm counting this out wrong. Sorry guys. 1, 2, 3. I think that'll work. Alright, so we're going to do 4 sections. So take my cutter and just cut it down. I'm trying to make them somewhat even, I guess you can say. This one is going to be a little bit of an oddball out. This one is a little bit fatter than the rest. Alright, so we got that. And then I think I'm just going to put this down the center. And there we go. Alright guys, so that was the whole situation. So I'm going to move that to the side. Let me get my pan, and then we're going to start layering everything. We're going to start the layering situation. I'm going to put ground beef at the bottom. So ground beef. Now I'm gonna throw in the ricotta cheese. Alright, we're gonna sprinkle the cheese on. This one here is a big clump. I'm gonna add my layer of cheese here, the other type of cheese. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 2 on this one. All right. So now I'll go with more ground beef. I could have did for some more ground beef, but you know what? We're just working with what we got. So I'm gonna add the ricotta. Now add in my cheese. Now add in my next layer of our cheese, I guess cream cheese bread situation, noodle situation, or what have you. And now I'm gonna add in the rest of the ground beef. Now add in the last of the ricotta, which is not that much left. So I'm gonna add in a little bit more cheese to the top. And then I'm gonna add in my last layer of cheese bread, or whatever you wanna call it, guys. Noodle situation. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with the cheese on top. I'm gonna have to get some more from the fridge to put in that other corner. 1 second, guys. So I only have triple cheddar left, so this is what we're gonna use to top off this. The mozzarella cheese is still frozen in the freezer in the bag. Alright guys, so this is what we're looking like. As you can see, all them layers. It's a lot of layers here. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of oregano to the top. And there we go, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven at 350. I'll let this cook for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes or so, because primarily everything here is cooked, just needs to gel together. And then I'm gonna allow this to cool down, and then we'll put this into our bowls. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start making breakfast now. I'm just spraying this down again with some butter spray, and I'm going to be adding our egg. Let me put the camera up so you guys can see. I'm going to be adding our egg wraps to this pan and putting these in the oven. I'm gonna allow for them to get a little bit toasty, and I'm gonna put cheese on it as well too, because I'm figuring hopefully that will help minimize the taste of the egg. We're gonna try. I want to see what they smell like. Let me see. I put the camera so you guys can see me smelling this. It smells okay. It smells fine. Put you guys back down. So we're gonna add our wraps here. I'm hoping all 5 fit on here. It says 5 came in here. They're a little bit soft as well. So I feel like there's more than 5. Oh, there's actually 6 wraps in here. But we're only gonna do 5. Let me see if I can move one of these slightly over. We'll use that one there. Put this one back. The cheese I'm going to be using is just the Mexican style cheese. I got this from, I think this one was from Aldi. Yep, Aldi. It's right there. So I'm going to sprinkle that over the wrap. Now I'm just gonna add some red pepper flakes to each of these as well too, because you know I like my kick to my food. And this is the first time I'm making this. There is no recipe or anything like that. I was just trying to find something that's gonna be simple, 1, 2, 3, and I don't have to, you know, have to worry about doing something one at a time. Alright, so we got our red pepper flakes on here. So I'm going to pop these in the oven with our lasagna and then take these out in a few minutes. Alright guys, so while our wraps are doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and make what we need to put inside our wraps. I'm going to melt this little bit of unsalted butter in here. Alright guys, so our butter is melted, so just add an onion, get this nice and translucent, and then we're going to add in our meat. And then this part will be done. Then we will start working with layering up our wrap. Alright guys, so this is what our lasagna is looking like. Nice and layered, ooey gooey goodness. So this is our lasagna. We have our wraps back here as well too. We're going to be working with those in a minute. I am sauteing these onions. I'm going to go ahead and add in my beef in a second. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and add in our meat and pretty much just mix everything up. Alright, I'm going to allow this meat to cook, and then we're going to start the layering situation. Alright guys, so we're ready to start filling up our wrap. So I'm just adding sausages to each wrap, and then we will start the layering, or we are actually starting the layering effect. I don't know why I keep saying layering. So this is just beef sausage, the kielbasa beef sausage that I chopped up with some onions. nothing special or anything like that, but also at the same time just tastes good. Now if you want, you can do like a salad, or you know, put some lettuce on this if you want to, but we're not gonna do that. All right guys, so now that is on there, I'm gonna add in some of this street taco sauce. I didn't show this to you guys earlier, but we're gonna add some of that just to give it a hint of I guess, I don't know, just to give it a hint of something. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on each wrap. I feel like this one doesn't have as much sausage, but this other one has a lot. Move a little bit of that over. Okay, so we did that. Now I'm gonna add in some of these peppers, or actually all of these peppers, so I can get rid of it. Obviously you can substitute this for, I don't know, some other type. You could put banana peppers if you want. I'm just making sure I'm divvying up enough so I could put on all five. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is just add some scallions to the dish onto our wraps. Alright guys, and there we go. There we go. This is our wrap for work. So this is what we're gonna have. Next time I think I'll also have this with a little bit of avocado, but it's okay if we don't have it for this time around. But next time around, if I like this particular wraps, I'm gonna make sure I have a little bit of slice of avocado, or an avocado that I could cut up and have some to the side. Alright guys, so I'm going to start divvying everything out. These two bowls here are going to be my Monday and Thursday meal. These are going to be smaller ones for the simple fact that my job is going to be providing lunch those days, and it's going to be catered. So therefore, I don't want to have a lot of food that I'm bringing home for me that particular day. Like, I want to have something in the event that, you know, whatever they have, I don't like or what have you, or there's not keto-friendly options for me. I still want to be able to enjoy some other meals, whatever they're going to have. So those two containers, this one here and this one here, are going to have smaller portions than the other three. So I just want to let you guys know, in case you're wondering why I'm putting such small portions in those bowls. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start divvying up the food and everything. I should just cut this, but I'm being kind of lazy. So we're going to see if the spoon does the job. So this is what we are looking like for our meal here. Got our lasagna here and our peas. I know it doesn't look all that appetizing, but I'm always, like I said before guys, I'm a big believer of it's more about how it tastes than how it looks, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cover that up. These are a base here that doesn't have any sides. He doesn't, like I mentioned before, he doesn't eat peas or anything like that. So either I'm going to pick up something while I'm out today for him, and make that later on to add to his lasagna, or he is going to get something while he is at work to add to his lasagna. All right, guys, so this is what our meal prep is looking like. We have our cucumber slices here. We have our spinach sauce. To see if I can open it up with one hand. So this is our sauce here that we're going to be using to dip our cucumbers inside of. So let's cover that back. Then I showed you guys the lasagna, which is back here actually. And then we have our wraps. So I'm not sure if I showed that to you guys, but let's open it up so I can show you what that is looking like. All right, guys, so these are our wraps here with our sausage, our onion, a little bit of street taco sauce. We got some peppers on there, and then we have some scallions. So meal prep is done, guys. Our meal prep is done for this week. Let's see what time it is. It is 1:02. So a little over 2 hours meal prepping this meal, even though it doesn't look like a lot. Guys, that is a-okay. We know that our meal prep is done for this week. One last thing that we need to worry about is what we're going to be eating this week. As I mentioned, Monday and Thursday, my job is going to be doing a catered food for those particular days. So I'm bringing a small lunch with me in the event that whatever they may not have there, I may not like, or anything like that. So, but I just want to have something there in the event that I can have if I don't particularly like something. I'm not sure the words I actually used before, but yeah. So Monday and Thursday's lunch is a little bit on the lighter end, but everything else is the same for that day. Now, I also do have my peanuts, my wasabi nuts that I had purchased at Aldi as well too. So that's going to be for snack number 2, because I've been snacking on a lot of peanuts and things like that while I am at work. So just let you know, guys, we do have a second snack as well. But yeah, so that is pretty much it. I hope that this meal prep was useful for you guys. Let me go ahead and try to hold this camera other way because my arm is getting tired. I hope that this meal prep was useful for you guys and that you got something out of it. Like I said, this particular recipe for my lasagna is on Pinterest underneath Keto Recipes Easy. So if you are interested in trying out the recipe, definitely go there and you could try it out for yourself. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. If you have appreciated this video, I would advise or hope or want for you to give this video a thumbs up, for you to subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the share button, and yeah, just pretty much all the buttons. God willing, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure that you treat each other kindly out there in these streets, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye. Hey guys, so it is time for this month's give back. Give back winner for this month is April. Woo! Congratulations to you, April. You have won $25, whether it be to Amazon or it could be to PayPal, whichever one that you decide that you want to go ahead and do. What I'm going to need for you to do is hit me up on Instagram. We will talk on there which one you want, and I will send the money over to you. And I hope that you have a good time with that $25, girl. I am so happy about this. So guys, if you have not entered in my give back or entered in this month's give back, you need to be entering the give back so that you have a chance to win $25 as well. You never know which video I'm going to select for the give back, so you definitely have to tune into my video in order to enter for the give back, guys. All right, God willing, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.